when we're thinking about tools that we talked about this a little bit on the way in, but that entrepreneurs can use, and we joke about spreadsheets and cap tables and who's got the most recent one and where is it and all that. Like, what kinds of tools are available that maybe you guys heard or you've seen out in the marketplace to help entrepreneurs manage the kind of capital process for their company?
Yeah, what's actually remarkable, we've seen some pretty big companies that are very close to the IPO, and they're still on, not to make fun of it, but Excel sheets for their cap table and so forth. It's something we've actually recognized through a recent acquisition. We acquired a cap table management platform. So for many of the companies in here, we're not making $1 gazillion off it. We're actually offering it for free. So that may perk up a few people.
What's the name of it?
We acquired Exact Equity. And if you have less than, I believe it's 30 employees, you could come and sign up and get on the platform. But essentially what it does is it automates the cap table, puts it into a workflow that's accessible to the management team, to your investors, and so forth. But the nice part about it is, it really helps you become more intelligent when you're going to that next round, because it has complete waterfall analysis, right? So you're talking to Troy, and Troy's going to say, here, listen, here's what I'm willing to put from a valuations perspective, and here are the terms and stuff. You could plug the terms in, and you could actually see whether, how that compares to another deal and so forth. Or if you're going to get acquired, obviously you could put those terms in and see, okay, well, who's getting diluted out, who's not. So there are tools out there, and that's really, the message that's out there. But also the other thing you think about, in terms of partners and visibility, there's two things, from NASDAQ's perspective. We want to support the startup community. It only benefits us and in the entire community. So part of the association with the NPM comes a whole bit of free marketing stuff. So we have great assets. We have our facility in Times Square and having access to the tower and things like that. We actually offer at no cost to many of the startups because, again, this is about supporting a very important community that hopefully 2, 3, 5 years down the road, when we do the right things, the outcome is a positive IPO for us. And then the last thing I would say is, working very closely with the VC community. Many of them have very intricate, detailed programs to help their portfolio companies, whether it's on the PR front, on the marketing front. So we talked a little bit about who has the biggest Rolodex, and that's who. Certainly introductions and who can make the introductions and who has full intimate knowledge of your sector and who's the big players and so forth. But I certainly know that there are VCs out there that actually, frankly, have reached out to us and said, how can we partner to provide better PR support for this portfolio of companies, or in some cases investor relations support, where you're actually trying to target those crossover investors and things like that. So look beyond just the Rolodex in terms of the support that you would get at these VC firms.
Great advice all the way around.